Hello and welcome back to the unit tutorial for Science, Year 3, Unit 1, Skeletons, Muscles and Nutrition, and this is part 2. My name is Megan Latchford and I'm Design Lead for Science, Geography and History at Art Curriculum Plus. This video will explain how you can adapt the lessons within this unit to support and stretch your pupils and how to prepare to teach this unit. A great resource to use to adapt pupil activities in this unit is the online ebook workbook. To access the ebook workbook for this unit, log into Oxford OWL, select the year group and subject you want, and the first resource on the list is the ebook. This is an online exact copy of the pupil workbook. You can use the arrows to scroll through the pages, and you can find all the units for Year 3 within this ebook, just like in the physical copy. Select the activity you want to adapt by using the snipping tool and highlighting the section. You may be familiar with the snipping tool, but it can be found by searching in the search bar or simultaneously pressing Windows, Shift and S. Drag your mouse to highlight the area you want to copy, and that section of your screen will be copied onto your clipboard. And now you can press Paste, and that section will be pasted onto the document you want. Sometimes you may find that Word works best, and sometimes perhaps Publisher. I like to use Word for the draw tool if I want to highlight anything or write in handwriting, and Publish is quite good for moving around text boxes and shapes. Now you can adapt the activity in any way you want. Here you can see I'm actually adding an extra label, but adapt the activity to the needs of your class. Then you can print this out and stick it on top of the activity in the pupil workbook. You will find a knowledge quiz at the start of every lesson except for lesson 1, and they can be implemented in a variety of ways, which entirely depend on what works best for your class. They are an important step to check for understanding and to address any misconceptions, so try not to miss them out. We have found from teacher feedback that most teachers teach these quizzes with pupils sat at desks, independently answering the questions. This is great, and if this works for your pupils, keep doing it. But there are other methods if you feel this isn't best for your class. You could read through the questions and options the whole class and go through each question and answer one by one, breaking it down to bite-sized chunks. And in Key Stage 1, your pupils may have been using carpet time in their Year 2 classroom, so you may wish to start the year with pupils answering the questions as a class by showing a number on their hands, for example 1, 2, 3, 4. To keep track of answers, you could keep a record of the general consensus the class has come to, or even make a note in the workbook you've kept aside as a teacher copy. As the year progresses, you may wish to make these knowledge quizzes more independent. The aim of the knowledge quiz is to assess the new learning from the previous lesson, and you can adapt this to any method which best suits your class. I'm now going to go through some of the activities in each of the lessons in the pupil workbook and how to adapt them. We don't have time to go through every single activity, so the ideas and suggestions I present here can also be used, if fitting, in the activities we don't unpick. So here's my suggestions for support of this activity in lesson 1, where pupils have to label the skeleton with the names of the different bones. You could partially complete the resource to give pupils more time on the labels. You could print labels for pupils to cut and stick in. You could offer a starting letter for some of the trickier boxes. To stretch pupils, you could ask pupils to answer more challenging questions from that lesson's learning, such as, what's the difference between bone and cartilage? In lesson 2, you can see there is a read section with a retrieval activity and then a write activity. To support pupils here, you could highlight the key information in the reading text. Using the answer slide, provide pupils with labels to sort and stick. This is a demonstration of them already being stuck in. Or partially complete the activity to allow pupils more time to be successful. To stretch pupils, you could ask them a challenging question such as, what would happen if we didn't have joints? This could be answered in a discussion or as a written task. Don't forget, all the adaptation I'm showing you here can be done through the ebook which then could be copied onto a Word or Publisher document, adapted, printed out, and stuck on top of the lesson. Lesson 3 has an investigation. To support pupils here with the method and the results, you could have the method printed and stuck into workbooks as spaces to add relevant information. You could adapt the investigation results activity so pupils have more support. And to stretch pupils, you could ask them questions such as, why is one arm often stronger than the other? Like in Lesson 2, for Lesson 4, you could support pupils by highlighting the key information in the reading text. And this could be done for every reading text pupils come across. You could adapt the task so pupils with lower attainment focus on the knowledge instead of the writing. Here you can see pupils just need to circle with or without. You could provide examples in each category. Here for vertebrate and invertebrate, we have cat and earthworm already added. And you could even create word or picture cards for people to sort and stick. You could stretch pupils by asking challenging questions such as, do humans have endoskeletons or exoskeletons? How do you know? And again, this could be a discussion or it could be a written answer. In this lesson, like the others, you could highlight key information in the reading text. This lesson has a lot of reading, so you could take this a step further and colour coordinate the highlighting. For example, here is a slide on carbohydrates and it's been highlighted in pink. You could print off this slide for pupils with the highlighting, and you could also highlight carbohydrates in pink on the activity. Proteins then could be in blue, fats could be in yellow, fibre could be in orange, and so forth. You could also create information cards from the answer slides or the reading slides to sort and stick into the table. To stretch pupils, you could ask pupils to answer more challenging questions such as, do you have a balanced diet? Could you improve it? For Lesson 6, pupils have to choose a range of different animals and research what they eat and decide if they are carnivores, herbivores, or omnivores. To support pupils with this, you could choose the animals for the pupils to research with supporting images, for example, shark, horse, and blackbird, and I've chosen a fish, mammal, and a bird to make sure there's a range of animals. You could create cards for pupils to sort and stick in. But you could also print online research and highlight the key text or provide pupils with a website link. To stretch pupils, you could ask a challenging question such as, a panda only eats bamboo but has a digestive system of a carnivore. Does this make it a herbivore or a carnivore, and why? And again, this could be a class discussion, a table discussion, or a written answer. At the end of every lesson, there will be 2 exit questions to check for understanding and as an opportunity for teachers to address any misconceptions before the next lesson. Like with a knowledge quiz, you could do this independently, or you could do this the whole class using 1, 2, and 3 on fingers. Besides reading through the resources for this unit to prepare, you could also plan an engaging hook for pupils to get them motivated about the learning to come. And this could be in an art form, or it could be looking at different types of skeletons, or something exciting and interesting. Print off any additional resources per lesson. You could just at the start of the unit or lesson by lesson. Not every single lesson will have an additional resource, but double check before you teach just in case it does. And you may need to gather resources for specific lessons. For example, lesson 1, if possible, have a skeleton model prepared. If not, you can use the printable resources. Lesson 2 and 3 involves investigations with resources, so just check the planning guidance for what those resources are. And lesson 6 asks for examples of real food if possible, but again, we provide images if not. Hopefully you now feel super confident about accessing and teaching this unit, and don't forget to read through all the resources before you do so. Any questions, please send to primarymastery@curriculumplus.org.uk, and we welcome feedback to ensure that these resources are as supportive as possible. Thank you.